Good morning, crafty friends. Welcome to my craft room. I'm Yvonne with Amjour, and this is the Morning Coffee Journaling Club. It's been a fun week with the snow. That's quite an event in eastern North Carolina. So I've got quite a few snow day pictures. Of course, I've covered up my granddaughter, but we enjoyed the snow. And let's see, can't remember what day, Tuesday this week it came through, and by Friday we were already going through the great meltdown. But I spent the whole week home, working from home. Number one, because our roads were very icy. The main roads were fine. They salted them ahead of time and cleared the main roads. But to get out to the main roads was pretty dicey. My husband went to his work on Thursday, but he took his four-wheel drive truck. And when he got to work, he called me and said, "Don't go anywhere. It's too icy." So I stayed home the whole week. Anyway, but we had a great time, and now everything is back to normal. We can find milk and bread. So grocery shopping later this afternoon. So today, well, first of all, I did get to do a few things in my journal this week. Let's see. I was playing around. This was what reminded me. The spine. It just looks too new. And I still don't know what to do with the cover. So I was playing around. Set this over here for now. I was playing around with just some swatches from that. It's faux leather that has an embossing on it. So I thought, well, it's too shiny. If you can see that shine, I want it to have more of a distressed look. So my first idea was to add white paint, and it just didn't give me the look I was going for. I just don't like that against this cover, even though I think the plan for this is going to be some kind of collage. We'll see. I forgot to roll over my rolling cart, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so this is where I'm settled. I did 2 or 3 different grit with sandpaper, and I don't know if you can tell, it's still a little bit of a shine, but when I put it up against this, to me, that just looks a whole lot better. So I did find a ribbon trim I'm going to use here. But like I said, the plan here is going to be some sort of collage, so I can't put all that, I don't want to put all that trim on until I do that. I am going to run and grab my rolling cart. Unfortunately, I might shook you terribly. I might edit this part out. Yeah, I'm going to edit that out for you because I'm bouncing you all over the place. But I do like the rolling cart right next to me. It has, let me see if I can, yeah, there you go. There you go. Don't mind my pajamas. It's early. This is the Morning Coffee Journaling Club. But I love it. It's got everything right there, and then I can just roll it off to the side because I do share this space with my home office. So I do have to work in here. Okay, so that's the plan for the cover. So at some point, if I get a chance this week, I'm going to use the sandpaper and kind of rough this down. The only problem that I know of right now, so I need to do this fairly soon because I've already sewn in actually, I'm wrong. Okay, so I thought, oh my gosh, I've already sewn in 2 signatures. How am I going to distress that with the signature sewn in? So there you go. I was overthinking it as per usual. So that should be good. That's the only section that's a big, wide spine to accommodate all the signatures is what I have to distress. Love it. Perfect. Okay. What else this week? So I think I posted some of this stuff. Yeah, I did. I did. Some of it is in here. Some of it is in here, but of course this great big long journal. But you know what? One of the things I did this week, oh, this I love. So last week we put in this pocket and made a couple tags to go in it. And then I had this flip that I wasn't sure what to do with. So I have a bucket of just kind of old jewelry bits, all kinds of stuff. So I found this butterfly, and I love butterflies. I like butterflies, dragonflies. So that is going to go here. I'm going to glue down the little flap, and then I might break off. Right now I have it pinned in there because this is a pin, an old pin. I might try to break that off and just glue that butterfly right there. But isn't that sweet? Thought there was one thing. So I don't know that we got this far last week. And by far, I mean the 7th of January. And today is Sunday. Again, we've got one of my daughter's clubs is practicing every Saturday. So I'm recording on a Sunday. So I'll probably slip that up because I'm not used to recording on a Saturday. So I'm up to the 7th of January, and today is the 26th. So I did do a few pages. Here's where snow days start. I was feeling better here. I spent some finally negative on Thursday, January 9th, negative COVID test. And then by Friday, I was feeling a little bit better, and we knew the storm was coming in. So I wanted to fill the bird feeders. I got a new bird cam for Christmas, and I think the day we took down our outside decorations, my husband put that up for me. And I have thoroughly enjoyed watching some of these images. Ooh, there's a bad glare. Let me see. I need the light, but, well, it'll be all right. There we go. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the bird cam pics. It's wonderful. I love it. You hear, it does a recording, so you hear their bird song. And, of course, when I was in quarantine, this was a great pastime. But every night I'll log on to that app and look at all the pics, and it's really cool. Of course, we have a resident squirrel raiding the bird feeders, but even that I think is so cute. I enjoy watching the squirrels. My husband is like trying to figure out ways to keep him away from the bird feeder, but and then the cardinal is my favorite. That's a female cardinal. But I didn't realize we had a yellow oriole, I think that is, coming to our feeder. And here's a woodpecker, which is unusual. You probably can't see it, but in his mouth is one of the nuts. I sat here and watched him pick through and throw out the food he didn't want until he got that nut. So I've thoroughly enjoyed this bird cam. And then, so the 10th. I'm actually up to the 10th. And then and I think you I did publish a short showing me sewing in the February signature, because I was like, this is getting chunky. And of course I had, grab it out of this box, I had all this stuff in the pages, which is how I normally do this, but then it was in the way to sew in the signature. So imagine all of this, and then I was like running out of space for February. So I wanted to make sure I got that in before dealing with all this. So what I did is I just paper clipped all the ephemera that I collected. I don't know if it will all get used, is dated with the pictures and things I might use on the pages. So, and I put them in that basket. Okay. And so here's February. And when I sewed this February signature in, originally I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. 12 signatures in one book. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be so chunky. But after I sewed this in, I'm actually feeling a lot better about that. Because, get this back together the way it's supposed to be. So I have, well, it's going to gator mouth here. But I don't think it's going to gator mouth as bad. We'll just see how the year progresses. It's very early. It's only the end of January. That is crazy. The end of January. How does time go by so quickly? You know, I'm lost my microphone. Lordy, there it is. How does time go by so quickly? This snow day, as a kid, as a kid getting snow, it was like the best thing in the world. But I don't remember time going by so quickly as a child. It's crazy. And, 12 months in this one book will be done before we know it. All right. So I sewed in the February signature. That was fun. And like I said, I felt hopeful. I think I shared this image with you last time that I might do some memory journaling. And I did. I used 2 of my prompts. So the Burr months I started this. I also printed some of my pictures out on regular printer paper because I'm running low on my selfie paper. So I think some of these images that aren't quite so important, I'm just going to print on regular paper, make cards out of them or something. But I did have an image of the 5 prompts, and they're not journaling prompts necessarily. They're art prompts. They're something to write about, maybe get a picture. So here are the 5 for January. Stamp and page tab, newspaper, transparent, when I was young, and resolutions. You saw resolutions in the beginning of this book. And then, so I cheated and put 2 on this page. So I made a journaling card, and I was going to journal about this sled. I grew up north, so I'm used to, well, let me rephrase it. I am not used to it anymore. I grew up with snow that went up to the roof, drifted up there, and you were out of school for a week and a half, and we lived in a valley, and so you could get to the grocery store only by snowmobile. So that's kind of what I wrote about, sledding. My grandfather planted Christmas trees on his property, and the hill was the best hill to sled. And this is the best type of sled, if you can see the image, because you could steer. Because you had to steer in between those Christmas trees. So that's what this is written on. I wrote it on vellum. And so I used 2 of those prompts, when I was young and then transparent. I was not going to glue down the vellum at the bottom. I wanted it to be able to flip up, but it was curling. So I just left it. I just had to glue it down. And I may still have this as a journaling card. This is not really necessarily on any particular day in the journal. So, excuse me. But it will go in January in some point, maybe on a day that I don't have much to journal about, or have ephemera or something, or if even at the worst. Here's the Great Shuffle, because I have to make this giant space over here for the rest of this book. But I'm moving in. I'm enjoying this book. So far, so good. I've gotten used to the size. Let's see. And so I had made this journal tag as well. I love the little bird because of the bird cam, and I think I was going to use it right here, because here's one of the days that I don't have much to journal about. I'm going to peek in my planner, which is right over here. It's the great big one. So let's see, February 8th. I am enjoying this planner. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but it gives me a space for hourly appointments, work and personal, and a space to jot down all the notes instead of writing them all on stickies and having them on all the pages. Although, I'm back and forth because I'm so used to doing it that way. But let's see, still on COVID lockdown. Oh, so I was still quarantined here, watching bird cam pictures. That's right. Here's my negative COVID test. All right. Today's Wednesday. I was supposed to start a pottery class tonight, but of course, with COVID, I called the instructor and said, you don't want me here. And so we're going to have to figure out a makeup day for that pottery class. So I'll probably write about that stuff there. I have nothing on the back of this paper clip. Wonder why I pulled everything out instead of this one. Now this is an image of my granddaughter and some of her friends. So there's a Post-it note on it. You know the drill. I don't want to show her on this type of platform. Cut some of this border off. It's uneven. I add the border in that selfie program, and then half the time I cut it off. But it just, I don't know. I guess I just am used to seeing pictures with a border around them. All right. So how do I want to? I've already got the date. And I think, let me look at this picture. Which way does it go? Oh, it goes this way. Oh, well, how about that? That's a simple page. Again, nothing really going on. So I think I'm just going to glue this one down. And glue the picture up here and say that one is done. I'm reaching down to get my, haven't found anything else to glue pictures down with yet, but I don't know. If anybody can tell me, that would be great. Let me make sure I don't put this upside down. Okay. Okay, there's that. And now, oh, this cord. Get it out of the way. Sorry about this. I should probably, I think I said it last week, invest in a some other type of microphone. Oh, I'm still at the very end here of this. But since this is cardstock, I'm using the Art Glitter Glue. And I don't, if you've watched this video, it sort of abruptly stops. But it does show me putting this journal tag together. And this is just a simple stories journaling card. But it had notches at the top stamped on there. And then, of course, the cute little bird. And so I just put some of that ribbon at the top. And so if you want to go back and watch that video, it's a quick one, 5 minutes. And you know what? I think it was over whatever the time frame is for a short. I don't know. I'm very new to YouTube, as you can tell. So I think it posted as a regular video instead of a short. Look at, because I should probably just open that new one, but see how it drips? It's because it's at the very, very end. But it's still dripping out. And I want to use every last bit. It's kind of it's a little pricier than, say, Elmer's glue, but I just think it works. I don't have to worry about this popping up. It's permanently here. It is not going anywhere. All right, so that's the 8th, did the 9th and the 10th. And, oh, that's right. I put this on the 11th because, let's see, Friday, we knew we were going to get an ice storm this day. This is not the snow day. So I had found a scrapbook paper to put on this side. And this is the 11th. Used to having them right in there. Let's see what kind of ephemera we have for I have for the 11th. And I'm going to turn my planner to the 11th. Just take a quick peek. Ah, okay. So here's the funny thing. One of the YouTube watchers I watch says if she glues something down in her planner before it actually happens, it doesn't happen. And our ice storm didn't happen. we got a little ice. The ice started, probably about 8 o'clock Friday night. But by noontime, it was warm. It was like 38 degrees, so everything was melted. So we actually ended up going shopping. All of a sudden, I was like, I forgot I needed to buy my granddaughter new jazz ballet shoes, dance shoes, for a dance that was starting on Monday. She had outgrown them, and we didn't have dance all through Christmas break. So we went and we bought her dance shoes. It's cool, but not cold. I'm not using these. And that's kind of it. That's all we did. But where I want to have a space to journal. So I could use, I'm flipping through here looking for some paper or something, journal spot. Not a whole lot going on, but maybe I can find one of these blank ones. Okay, let's see what we got. There's not much space there. Could do a flip. It's kind of cute. It is cold, and that's a house. It's kind of cute. just blank, blank. Oh, Christmas one, but I saved it for that. That doesn't go. Whoops, February. These are simple stories, and I really like them. For the Burr months, I used scrapbook paper. I have a ton of scrapbook paper. I think most journalers do. It's kind of cute. I like the pink. And I had cut a bunch of that up that I could write on to this particular size. I haven't done that for January, and I think I need to spend some time instead of buying these cards. Although they're cute, there's not a lot of space to journal. And then I could write on the back of that one, but all of them have patterns. What was that one? Have patterns on the back. No. So it makes it, there's no snowflakes. We didn't get any snow. The snuggle is real. Warm. Didn't snow. Here's another house. But I don't like the color. And okay, we're getting into some February ones. All right, so here's my 3 choices. Set these back. I do have something like this too. There's, every time I turn to go to that rolling cart, that pops out. There's another Christmas one. I just don't like how it looks. Let's take these away. Well, no, it's the wrong color. So that's the wrong pink. So it's down to these 2. And both of them have the same. Okay, here's the question. And I think I said last week, now I know why journalers ask questions. Kind of like the penguin. There's some pink in there for the pink card, so decision made. And because I like this house so much, I'm going to tip it in this way. I don't have any January washi tape. And there's a little white border on there that I'm going to trim off. Gotta remember to use this. Or the little, if I'm cutting little bits off, they get stuck in the center of the book. And it looks like I did the same on the bottom here. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna, comes the cord again because I'm bending down to get the tape. Sorry about this. Figure something better out. All right. I think before I tape this down, where is this date going? Oh, no, then I lose my journal. No. Well, look at that. That's blank on the back. No, I'm going to make this tip in, and I know that's the only place it's going to go. We'll figure out the date in a minute. Sorry about that long pause. I have to figure that out because when I'm thinking, I tend to get quiet. And there's that tip in. Let's do, well, actually it worked out better. I think I did a tip in here. This was the tip in, because this is just regular tape, but I know it holds it in, and sometimes I'll just go over it with washi. But I didn't tape this side until after I did the journaling. So I'm going to leave this side open for now. I'll come back and do that. Now, where do I want to put the date? And am I still in love with using these as a background? Let's just see. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it does give consistency throughout the book. So I'm just going to do it. And so I have this. Could actually put that down here. I ripped it so this was off of her shoebox. And because the shoebox is so thick, I ripped, kind of took off as much of the cardboard as I could and only kept that. But when I did that, it ripped a little bit. I'm going to glue that down right now before it rips anymore. And I want it down here. Okay. Try to piece this back together. Yeah, there we go. I think this little bit needs some glue. Right there. Oh, look at that. Well, that's all right. Came right off. I knew better. Get that off my finger. Come off. Huh. I think it's still on my finger somewhere, but I don't know where. All right, so there's that. I did like this. Oh, no humming. Whoops. Sorry. Is there a law that says it has to be at the top? No. So this is going to go down at the very center of the top. There are no laws or rules. That's the beauty of a junk journal. You do what you want. You do what looks good to you. And this looks good to me. Helps tell the story that it was cool, but no snow. And really not a lot to write about, so I didn't need much of a journaling space there. All right, put that down there. And the date. There we go. Oh, I love it. It's purple and it matches that hat, which I know this is the center of the book, but I like that. Might just leave. I was thinking to cover this up, but we'll see. Now, this. Do I want to use this? That would, if I could do a double tip in. Yeah, why not? Why not? Instead of gluing that down, I'm going to tip it in. And then, because it's blank on the back, that gives me a little bit more journaling space. And since I do write big, as you can see here, that's probably a good thing. Okay, so I've got this and this, and you can still see the house. It's the 11th. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the 12th. Again, not much going on here, but it works out with these smaller pages. So, this is an image of my granddaughter. Let me just grab one of these. She got a telescope for Christmas, and this was a full moon, no, almost a full moon. So, what's on the back of that? Yeah. Keep forgetting that. So she was struggling to find the stars around Christmas time. And so when the full moon, well, almost the full moon, you can see it in that image, barely, but it's bright. We're like, let's see if we can find the moon. And then you'll know how to do it for when you're looking at stars. Where the plan is to take the telescope down to our camper. And because, you know, summer, maybe she'll get a meteor shower or something. So where was that page that I just did? Which one? This one. So I only had two little things. Do I want to do it the exact same way? But now I can't, wow, I cut that so crooked. Can't really journal on this. I could journal around it. That's what I could do. And then there's her image. But I do need to get this straight. Whew, that's terrible. I'm going to end up cutting half of it off trying to get it straight. How can that be? This is from a book. What did I do? It just looks crooked. Maybe the image is crooked. Let me see if well, I don't know. All right. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll just journal right all around that. That'll be good. Maybe I'll use a different color pen, and putting this big piece down kind of covers up some of the New Year hoopla on this page. Although I like that purple hat. So I'm going to try to keep it a little bit intact. Yep. Yep. Because it matches that 11 on the page before. Okay. And now the image can go right here. And then I just have the number. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. Getting things put in my book. Make sure I have this the right way. Yes. That'd be something. Have these Post-its on my pictures and then glue something in upside down. I would do something like that. I certainly would. Now, I guess I'm still doing this. One way to use this stuff up. Maybe I just want to corner like that. Yeah. Ooh, do I want it like that? Well, yes, I do. Put the date in, the 12th. Check the time. Yeah. So my husband is going on a trip today, and the only other we need to get him on his way. He'll be gone the week for a work trip. And how was I doing this? Like that. Okay. And he pretty much, me and my granddaughter were gone all day at her club. They're trying to get ready for a competition. And so while we were gone, he kind of did all his laundry and set everything out. There we go. But I want to be able to see him off, and then it'll be just me and my granddaughter. We're going to go grocery shopping after he leaves. And it's about that. Let's see if I can do one more page. Now, I had pulled all of the ephemera out to sew in that February signature. And I had gotten a letter from the probate judge, or lawyer, excuse me, about my dad, and I stuck that in, and it's stuck now. If I pull this up, it's going to rip. So I left it. See, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I wanted that. And I wrote the date in pencil because I did, originally I was going to glue all the dates in, but do you see how I'm kind of deciding where to put the dates after I kind of get my stuff glued down? I didn't want, I wanted that flexibility, so I didn't glue them in. And this is why, because if I glued it in and tried to pull it up, it would be stuck. And so most of the dates are in that basket, but then I have the rest of them right here so I don't lose them. And so the 13th, what do we have here? I wonder if this, with this big bulky book, if this isn't the way to go. So I've got the date. This is the full moon, and it's the wolf moon. It's a Monday. Let me flip my journaling page here. What is going on? Well, back to work, of course. Oh, I'm taking an art therapy course. It's an online course. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get like of course, I am not a therapist, not at all, but I enjoy this process so much. It helps me. I think I've shared this many times, it's my mindfulness activity. So I thought, well, maybe I can get a certificate or whatever. I'm not a therapist. I don't want to be a therapist, but I'm enjoying the course, and it's actually giving me a little bit of insight to why I enjoy this so much. So anyway, so I started that course. I wrote struggling to move into my 2025 journal, and I paid some bills, and I bought my dog his medicine, and just regular heartworm, nothing. He has no illnesses yet, although, let's see, I'd have to do some quick math here. Let's see how old he will be this year. He will be 7. So what is that in dog years? 49? Yeah, 40. Wow, you see how bad I am with math. I can't do it in my head. He's beginning to show some signs in his hips. Now, he's a rescue dog. He's my therapy. When I had a blog, I did have a blog after my son passed, and that was my mindfulness activity then. It really, truly helped me work through the grieving process. Ooh, here we go. This is going to be heavy. Let me see if I can lighten it up. So I don't do the blog anymore because of time constraints. My granddaughter, his daughter, she lives with us. And when she moved in, I just did not have the time to commit to the blog. And that was during COVID, so my blog was more geared towards traveling, places we were going in our camper. We traveled a lot. And we took Scruffy, that's my dog's name, with us everywhere. Everywhere we went, he went. He rode motorcycles. He goes on the boat, kayaking, swimming, everywhere. But he was a rescue, and he has his back, one of his back hips is it's not dislocated, but it didn't form right or something. So he's now showing signs of that, and so that's making me a little bit sad. And so I probably need to take him to the vet and see what we can do to help relieve some pain, because with the snow, let's see if I can find that picture. Of course, he had a great time in the snow, but you can see, here he is. Here's my baby. He's white, so he blends in. But the snow, I mean, it's getting up into that spot on his leg. This is the leg that's bad. And he's actually all the way in the snow here, but he was having a blast. And so, but he struggled that night, like we would with arthritis. I could tell that he was struggling. He kind of flopped a little bit when he jumped off the couch. He lost his balance and fell, and I'm like, oh man, that is going to be a hard day for me. So anyway, but I got him his regular medicine, flea medicine and heartworm medicine today. And today is the wolf moon, Monday, back to work. That's kind of cute. I like that right there. But then, do I need this great big card? And if I do that, I can't tip it up. I really like this card. Maybe I can, is it blank on that inside? Tip it up like that. Let's see how that would work. Let's just see. And so this is how I use greeting cards mostly. Sometimes I'll cut the images out of them, but I might keep that because I can use that to back something for now. I don't know if I'll use it. Just set it over there. Okay, so now I have this card. What did I say I liked? How did I have this? I've already... Was it like that? Oh, I don't remember. Maybe it was like that. Yes. It was like this. Don't judge. I'm going to try to clip this in so I remember, because that's kind of cute. All right, and now I have this. But I still have this. And that is too big. This is the bag from the vet. Let's see what I can do about this. Don't know. I might have to not use this, or maybe I can just cut out that little heart. Let's just see first, before I cut that out, how I can use it, if it will work. It's so thin. It's cutting like butter with these Tim Holtz scissors. Man. Let's see how that would do. No, it's still too big. Does it matter if it's too big? Yeah. All right, so let's cut out the heart. Ooh, this is tough to cut. Let's see. Because it's so flimsy. The scissors are going through it like butter, but it's so flimsy, I don't have much control over it. Ooh-wee. Look at, I keep wanting, I might not, oh, I just messed that up. See if I can trim that just a tiny little bit. I think I'm gonna stop there before I really mess it up. Oh, because it's that plastic bag, it's kind of staying right there. Got that. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna think about it too much. But I need to erase that, because it will show through the sticker. Okay. And now what glue, what glue, what glue? Let's see, when I glued that Halls wrap bag down, in fact I still have to glue this down. It's popping up. It's because it's shiny, plasticky on the back. Okay, I'm sure I'll have to do that again, but that tells me right away, just use this. Woo, look at that leak. Just use this glue, and I hope it doesn't show through. It might. Let me do this. Here's where we're getting messy. I know I've glued it down to the page. Oh my goodness. Leave it. I need a net. Here I have just a cloth in one of those drawers. I have some baby wipes and this cloth. There. There. That's down. And I think I'll just leave this here. I don't want to rip it. So where I did pull it up, I'm just going to glue it. Is that the last of this glue? Oh, maybe I hear the air coming out. Am I going to break out the new one? Let's see. It's probably enough. I'm just going to leave that right there and not mess with it. And what else? Oh, I've got to do this. There's that cord. Yeah, and this will bring us right up to the time. I'm just going to put a little tip in because I really like the way the wolf looks. All right. So that goes in first. That's the first little layer. I'm realizing this paper, although it makes it consistent, doesn't necessarily go with all the pages. But I'm going to stay committed to it. So what's next? The date. Make sure it's not upside down. And now the cute little wolf. I think he's cute. And so, oh, the reason that I have the wolf is because January's full moon is called a wolf moon. So, and I just so happened to come across that little image and said, okay, we'll use that. But I need to put a reminder that that's why that's there. And that's why I'm using this wolf card. So, and then there's this. And I'm going to do which way? You know, it'll be easier to put a book. I guess I'll just do it this way. Oh, I still have a prompt for a stamped page tab. So I might do that here. I could stamp Wolf Moon. Yep, okay, that's my plan. I'm not going to have time to do it today, but that's the plan. Ooh, I've got that kind of quite close to the edge. Let's see. Okay, and again, I'm not going to tape the back until after I do the journaling. And then I'll come back and tape it. And I don't really have washi tape for January, or that would be a spot I would put washi tape. Okay, so I'm going to make a note here. Stamped tab. Okay. Okay. Now, did we actually get enough done? No. Oh, one more thing. No, I can't. I'm going to glue this down, but I need to... Yeah, I'm going to try to take that. If I take that off, is it going to ruin it? I'm going to work on this off camera. So now I am up to the 13th. Not so bad. Oh, and I still have to do some journaling. On the back. I thought that was so cute. I don't know if I did this on camera or not. This was another card, and it said, it's a get well card, hang in there. And so I was still kind of quarantined with COVID. Okay, so we did 3 pages together. Not so bad. Double flip. I'll do some journaling right on that image and some journaling here. Oh, and right here on this blank, I have a full moon stamp. There we go. I think that's going to take care of that blank space right there. What's happening here? Oh, I didn't put enough tape. Let me put a little bit more because it's so close to the edge. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to grab another cup of coffee. And I think my husband is up, so we're going to help get him ready for his trip. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Yep, time for more coffee. Sunday, and I will see you next week.